So I'm here with Domiziano Cristopharo, the director of the film, and let's start with the first question. So how did you come up with the idea of making a silent film?
The idea is born in my mind because I was looking for something different from my past style in movies, and this is Doll Syndrome is the second part of a trilogy. The first movie, Red Crocodile, was a movie with just 8 voiceover, and I was thinking that to continue the style without voice and just let the images speak was maybe the best dress for this kind of idea.
Right, so how does the work of the director change when you go onto a film that doesn't have any dialogue?
For me it's the same because I used to work with the images a lot, so dialogues or not, my work is the same.
So, as you mentioned before, Red Crocodile is purgatory, while Doll Syndrome is hell. Why did you choose Red Crocodile for purgatory and Doll Syndrome for hell?
Because in Red Crocodile we remain suspended in a choice that we don't know if the lead actor makes or not. So we share his pain, we share his life, and we remain suspended with him about how to go in front of the future. In Doll Syndrome, the hell is the real life, is the daily of every person that I bring to the extreme consequences and ideas. All our desires, our passion, our fetish maybe are represented here in a very deep and strong way, very graphic, and this is the hell that I think that everybody have inside.
Right, and since you what is the message you want to send with this film?
I don't want to to give a spoiler to the audience, but the first message of this movie is I have to use the right words. Is a kind of critic on the army, the war, and the torture that the military, the army used to perpetrate on the victims and prisoners. So it's something that the media covers. The movie opened with the images that also Obama asked to remove from internet. So it's something that is too strong, that offend the human dignity. The movie tells a story, but this story is just a symbol of what happens often in prison, in war, and every day. That's it. So the message will be to think about something that happens every day and that we keep forgetting. Yes, that's it.
Okay. So I read in an interview that you agree with Sartre when he says that hell is other people. What do you mean by that?
Well, in Doll Syndrome, the hell, we have just 3 actors, and they are the hell of each other. So I think that in a society, especially in this time, we can be the hell of someone else, we can be the paradise of someone else. So we choose what we will be and how we want to live the life. So I think that the movie explains in a very extreme way this concept.
And what is hell for you?
I think the indifference in every kind of all the aspect of the indifference, yes.
So In your movies, physical pain is represented with graphic intensity. And I was wondering whether this bodily pain might symbolize a deeper sorrow or like a discomfort of the soul.
It depends. In the previous movie, Red Crocodile, the destruction of the body was just a symbol about an interior decadence. In this case, I just wanted to represent the pain. We used the same kind of torture that we saw in the picture that we was talking about before. And I represented the torture in the same way, and I think that they are more disturbing because in comparison to other films, they are not so violent, they are not so lethal because the actor, the character doesn't die, but they are more strong because looks more real, and often the tortures are more psychological than physical. So they used to give pain, but because they want to destroy the mind of the person, not really the body.
So someone said that in your film some violent scenes could be defined unnecessary. But why are they necessary for you as the director?
Oh, well, this is the first time that that someone says something like this. I mean, often they talk about nudity, maybe, but I disagree because my style, my message is all about the body. Every story I told in a movie is about the body that represents a physical state of mind. So it's necessary because it's a consequence of the story. Without the violence, without the nudity, without the sex that are part of our life, we just have to turn on the TV and see sex and violence and everything. So we can't keep to hide to ourselves that this is part of our life. So I just represent a part of the life, the day, that the most part of the people doesn't want to show. And I don't use shower in my movies. If there is a nudity, if there is a violent scene, is because it's a consequence of a story. It's never for free, just for show something. I'm the first one that when it's not necessary, I choose to cover or dress the actors. So.
Right. On the positive side, your films have been compared by critics and by the wider audience to artists such as Fuseli and Mantegna, Pasolini and Lynch. So what do you think about this, and also what artists particularly inspired your work?
Well, my first inspiration is Pasolini, so I'm glad that people can see in my movies some part of his style. Of course, I'm not on his level, but I'm glad that I can be near to him in some way. He was inspired too by some painters like Mantegna, so of course, if someone recognizes in me, Pasolini can recognize also the vision of Mantegna. Often people say also that I remember to them the style of David Lynch, but I love him, but I never thought about him when I do a movie. It's just because I use very borderline characters, so probably this is the similitude that people see in the movies. But for style and contents, I don't think that we are on the same language style.
In a recent interview, you mentioned that your films might be harder to digest than more commercial and mainstream movies. So for you, what is the type of audience that can best appreciate your work?
I don't know.
You don't have to know.
For sure, I'm not looking for the big audience, or I will never make a movie like this one or the other one. I know that this movie is not attractive for the big audience because we don't have much dialogues, or we don't have dialogues. There is nudity, there is sex, there is strong violence. So even the most curious person will have difficult to keep watching the movie. But I think that in this moment of my life, it's necessary to tell something like this. So the curious people, the people that loves a different kind of style, maybe can appreciate the movie. The big audience for sure will choose something different, something more commercial, but it's good in this way too. So.
And after Red Crocodile's Purgatory and Doll Syndrome's Hell, will there be heaven?
Of course, but I'm working on it. I mean, I have the idea, and I'm developing this idea with Andrea Cavaletto, that is the same screenplay artist of the Doll Syndrome. And the paradise will be anyway not the kind of paradise that we can dream in our dreams. In this case, will be a social network. So this social network will represent different characters, and so is my vision of the paradise, but probably we will have a hope in the end of the movie and the trilogy. In this case, today we don't have hope anyway.
Very interesting. Thank you very much, Domiziano. Thank you.